Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Oke, halo semua, balik lagi bersama Mamang. Kali ini kita ada di game Sherlock Holmes di Awaken. Jadi ini game apa ya? Game puzzle kali ya. Masuknya game puzzle. Jadi mecahin kasus sih kayaknya. Harusnya sih gitu sih ya. Sherlock Holmes kan detektif ya. Jadi kita langsung aja, ini baru masuk ya. Tadi baru loading. Langsung ada dialog. Ini baru tutorial kayaknya WSD. Play mouse ya. Oh jadi
Local gossip.
oh itu kalau yang bisa diklik warnanya kuning ya, berubah tuh. Portrait.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming.
Pernah kirain apa Vogel.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Jadi si Sherlock Holmes itu nanya kenapa nggak dapat koran ya gitu. Terus kata si Watson ya korannya kotor jadi dibuang gitu sama dia tuh. Ini dia tuh mau nyari dustbin tuh apa ini kali apa namanya tempat sampah ya. Jadi kita mau keluar ini. Hujan. Rainy today. Oh, ganti sama baju yang lebih sesuai. Tab wardrobe. Oh ini. Oh bisa ganti baju. Ini kali ya. Sherlock Holmes. Oh, ini. Inilah. Topinya ini gitu. Ini kan kacamata apa? Kumis deh, pakai kumis. Ini apa nih? Lupa. Oh ini si Watson pakai topi aja lah. Ini apa ini? Ya, Z itu ngapain Z? Oh, ini toko buku yang nganternya ya. Ini apa ini? Pin gitu. Keluar. Jangan. Udah kan?
Don't look at me. If you want the newspaper, you'll have to get your hands dirty.
Nah ini dustbin tuh kali ya. Nah ini kuningnya sudah bisa.
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil.
Ada tanahnya katanya. Nih apa? Ini rotate.
The cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Jadi ada yang mau ngebunuh si ini ya, curiganya ngebunuh si Sherlock menurut dia gitu.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson?
Cool, now I can take the day off.
Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Oh jadi berlutut ya? Kenapa dia berlutut di depan
Which way
pintunya?
did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted
Oh
by
dia nggak lihat.
customers. Sorry.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was
Gambarkan.
carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings.
Jadi menurut si apa ini
Get the
teh?
Strand.
Si
Get your copy of the Strand here.
menurut si tukang koran ini,
Do you even have enemies that
jadi
would
ada
want to
orang
kill
yang
you?
bawa ke pintunya
perhaps
dia,
from
terus
Koran?
apa namanya?
Get the Strand. Get your copy
Kayak
of the
berlutut
Strand here.
gitu ya, berlutut gitu. Bikin korannya kotor, terus orangnya tuh kayaknya bawa buku banyak
Get the Strand.
katanya, gitu
Get your
ya.
copy of the
Ya,
Strand
terus
here.
nggak tahu ngapain so mencet. Oh ini clue yang tadi mungkin ya. Tuh, jadi ini benar ya si itunya ada di tempat sampah. Ini apa sih? Ada kotoran tanah tadi ya udah. Kenapa masih ada tanda serunya? Coba. Hilang. Nah, ya udah ya. Ini si itunya dipin juga nggak ngerti sih maksudnya apa coba. Tahu lah. Ini nih masih ada tanda serunya, ini apa? Nggak tahu apa ini sarap. Who ruined the strand? Maksudnya korannya ya ini ya. Ini buku kan si nggak tahu lah pokoknya yang bawanya kan bawa buku ya, berarti kemungkinan apa bener tuh ya Oh bener tuh. Ya bener. Karena kemungkinan yang nganternya pas nganter buku.
Come now, Mr. Holmes.
Jatuh gitu itunya mungkin. Sekarang kita cari toko bukunya di mana.
Not every pawn knows its part
Book
of a game.
pembar. C X find the book shop. L skip. Jadi
How about that Vogel fellow? He seems rather obsessed with you. Would he
Ah,
do
Vogel.
something like this?
Help me, please.
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
oh bukunya ini oh dia nyari ininya ya.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Nah ini ada nih bukunya mana nih? Ini mah farm fresh.
Excuse me, just one question. Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Jadi mana ditanya juga pada nggak mau nih, nggak mau jawab. Ah tuh bar. Ini bukunya, toko bukunya masuk. Oh iya masuk. Oh, diamati dulu. Apa ini? Oh ada itu apa tadi kantong mata ya. Ini tangannya kotor ini. Tapi tinta ya. Tadi yang itu mah kotornya sama ini. Oh haknya tinggi, pengen kelihatan tinggi. Kotornya sama tanah ya, bukan sama tinta. Maksudnya ini tuh gimana ya? Kakinya berat sebelah gitu ya, lebih ke ini apa ya maksudnya? Kalau black belt apa?
Mr. Barnes, a word.
Coba.
Ah, for goodness sake.
Malah lari lagi. Main.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please?
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Panik dia ya.
Barnes
Yang benar
doesn't
sih
seem like
dia
himself.
pelakunya.
Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor.
Press
find a way
Z to
coach him.
highlight. Z. Oh bisa scan Kayak assassin.
The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Tangganya nggak tahu apa hubungannya.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Apalagi ini lukisan.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Nggak ngerti. Nah, ada dua berarti yang. Nah ini nih kuning. Apa ini? Exotic plant. Everlasting plant for everlasting love. Plant. Ini
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
apa kripto? Apa ya kripto? Apalagi? Bunga.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
Oh, bunganya kenapa mati gitu mungkin ya maksudnya.
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Mana satu lagi? Kacanya.
The finest view.
Si ibu itu. Jadi kerjasama sama itu kali ya.
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
Watson ya nggak ngebantu. Oke, sekarang kita tadi kan kacanya tembus keluar ya, kita tanya si ibunya coba.
Hello there. What's your name?
Ini mah
Lily, I
Oh.
know, not very original. The weather is dreary, isn't it?
nggak
To
bisa.
be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall. I should have worn something warmer.
Hah? Oh, tapi ini bisa dilihat.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I
Apa?
imagine so. I merely sell them.
Nah, ini kaktus.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Pohon kaktus retak itu.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Observe. Apa nih? Apa ini mulut? for beauty or concealment. Naon deh. Ini apa lagi? Oh, nggak mau ngeliat ya. Ini apa ini? Oh, maksudnya emblemnya. Oh. Ya. Ini apa lagi? Ya. Apa lagi? Nah. Sepatunya bersih. Oh, ini dia masih ini ya. Still gripping aja lah. Yang mana sih ini pilihannya? Ini gitu.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Giden. Ini kaktus bukan?
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Hah? Ini kaktus.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a dole to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
He doesn't know the cat. Oh, jadi kaktusnya asalnya ada jadi nggak ada jadi ada gitu ya gitu.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy. So we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached. But since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Nah, ini bunganya.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Hah? Ah, terus gimana? Oh ya, jadi ada tanda serunya apa ini? Mana bang? Oh, nggak pernah ngomong tapi sering lihat gitu ya. Ini oh ya. Ah, ini main lagi ini sarapan. Ini kan. Terus ini gitu. Ini ini kenapa kesimpulannya jadi gitu? Oh. Oh, jadi dia naro bunga itu buat narik perhatian si Ibu Fleming. Oh, masuk terus ngasih ini apa saran gimana caranya. Dia secara rahasia ngasih kaktus yang dipesan dari katalog counternya. Oh, itu yang tadi yang simbol for eternal love. Oh. Lah, terus.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Oh, berarti yang itu enggak kali ya, parno aja dia, kali nggak ada yang ngeracun.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Jatuh.
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and
soilnya
then
tuh
fled.
tanah dari pot kena air hujan
Barnes,
ya,
it's
Dodol.
Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then. So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true.
Apa?
I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
Notice nggak? Ini apa ini? I know what to do.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every
Noun.
magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and.
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
Oh, ini korannya gitu.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Oh, udah beres ya. Terus gimana? Keluar gitu.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition, and that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But...
It's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Oh mau berarti ya. Dia teh apa sih? Apa tadi? Oh iya ya. Ayo.
Stenwick is just down the street from Barnes's bookshop.
Down the street sini berarti. Mau nerima kasusnya ya. Hey. Nah. Untuk iya. Oh iya bener di sini. Street.
Not much further now.
Oh itu. Siap.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Oh.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
Kimihia.
Tell me about Kimahia.
Kimihia.
Is foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen. And as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
Kabur ya.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Is there any reason Kimahia may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
I take it this is the first time Kimahia has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Did Kimahia make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No. I kept his wages in my safe. for security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Jadi si Kimihia-nya tuh hilang, tapi nggak bawa apa-apa ya. Kalau kabur.
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone?
Ya udah, berarti kita ke tool shed-nya dulu lah. Di mana itu tool shed? Udah bisa ini ya.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right. A scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Oh, jadi yang hijau itu ya.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Mukanya ke situ nyata.
A small navy spyglass. Button chops, the remains of a meal. A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
Buat
The
obatan.
ashes are long since cold. A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called. No air coming through it.
Kunci.
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
Chewing tobacco.
Cool.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots. Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Nah, si ini yang nunggunya gimana? Oh, ada ini baru. Chewing tobacco. Oke.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Gak pernah pakai sepatu.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden. Are you joking? Why would I know this?
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco. Where on earth are you going with this? Are you joking? Why would I know this? Where on earth are you going with this?
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
3 evidence update. Kunci. Perlu ke garden lagi. Oh, jadi 3 sekarang itunya. Nggak, ada 2 sih. Mm-mm.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Jadi spyglass sama ini ya. Birunya hilang ya. Coba nanya lagi gitu atau harus dipin lagi ya. Kenapa masih ada ini dodol?
Why are you still here?
Lah, seharusnya kemana?
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Jadi dimasukin ya itunya di coba hilangin ini apa sih? Oh, pin to evidence as people around you. Oh, salah C.
This disappearance is intriguing.
Eish.
No, I cannot make head nor tail of it.
Apa ini? Oh, berarti jawabannya ada di sini ya. Mata tuh tadi apa ya? Ha, 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 ha. Use concentration. Awas, awas. Ah, ini. Oh.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
Oh, ini. F apa ini? Validate apa? Oh, ini juga bisa divalidate berarti ya. Ya ini. Ini merah kenapa ya? Kalau bintang apa ya tadi ya? Just location. Bintang tuh search location. Ada lagi yang lewat gitu.
If you find my man, I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it. This dreary rain is making a miserable day even worse. Are you stupid, Mr. Holmes? Stop loitering.
Edan,
Do your job.
stupid. Oh, ini nambah kali. Iya. Aduh, kenapa birunya kurang satu ya? Apa ya? Ya. Oh, ini apa ini?
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
Nah, berarti nah, nggak ada hubungannya tuh. Talk to the case participan.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahere's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
$120. Oh, jadi kalau itu salah kayaknya. Kalau divalidate. Oh, gitu maksudnya. Oh. Ya. Ini. Terus validate gitu.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahere went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahere inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahere had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
Oke, terus
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahere's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahere. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahere never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Anjir, brengsek. Fetch tuh kayak apa ya, ngomong ke anjing gitu ya, kayak ke binatang.
Stenwick makes his servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
Nyambung kemana? Oh, sekarang ininya dibuka. Oke. Gua lu.
A large pile of horse droppings.
Kuda yang duduk itu jangan-jangan. Apa tadi kuningnya? Satu lagi apa ini? Oh, ini rokok.
Many any cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Roy Sosby, huh?
Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man? A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the color and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done. Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
Maksudnya?
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather.
Kayaknya sih nggak nyampe sini. Wah.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
Nah, nggak nyampe sini berarti udah kali ya. Ya, udah sih kayaknya. Coba cek. Nah. Ini apa sih kok masuk lagi sini? Nah, gitu. Ini bukan ngapain ada lagi dong. Udah tahu itu mah dodol tuh. Ini apa tuh, benar-benar sampah. Tidak ada lagi gitu. Port London.
The Strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident, Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Gimana caranya? Ini cab, bukan?
Where to, Gav? The Port of London, please.
Ah.
I will show you where to stop.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps. Before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that...
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued.
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimmer here?
Coba. Anjir. Oh, di sini kita ya. Oke, jadi biasa ini. Kenapa ini? Oh, inventory. Ada yang minta di pin berarti ya. Ada S to people. Talk to people.
Oh, hardly a reputable establishment.
I've seen worse.
Banyak clue. Nah, ada yang hilang.
It appears that the saltpeter explosion rattled the locals. Can't blame them for staying at home.
Ini mau keluar. Ini
Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
What do you know about this poster?
A foreign woman asked to put it up. She's plastered them all over the port.
Any clues as to her whereabouts?
None. It was hard to understand what she was saying.
oh berarti bukan orang
Are you
Inggris
familiar
ya?
with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
Oke.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
Ih, kah muntah. Ya ini kali lah. Oh hamil dia, muntah teh bukan mabok.
Miss, what if I told you that you are in the family way?
No, really? Oh, thank you, sir. How would I, a simple woman, have ever known without your help? You must be a doctor.
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. I would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
Edahan 170. Berarti ada dua tuh orang yang hilang. Si ini sama siapa tadi? Kimehya.
May I ask you something?
You are lucky to find me.
Excuse me, just one question.
It is a shame I can't answer your question.
Ini di mana ini? Person mermaid apa ini? Oh, mermaid itu ini. Berarti di sekitar tuh.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Huh.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Oh, kutu kuat.
May I ask for your assistance?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Curiga lah ini. Kayak jadi budak ya kayaknya orang yang kuat tuh. Nggak tahu juga lagi.
Can I ask you a question? Sorry, sir. Can't help you. May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Help me, please.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You
should ask
someone else.
Ini bisa masuk lagi.
Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dea?
You read the poster? Yes? You know where my brother Girves is?
Sadly, no. Well, not yet. Where did you last see Girves?
He worked at a, warehouse.
Nah, kan
This
nyambung.
man,
Nyambung.
Roy Solby, gave him the job. He paid him a necklace.
Do you still have the necklace that Soulsby gave to Girves?
Girves left it near the, shrine. I tried to sell it to buy medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
I want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother, she got sick after the fire. Big red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
How would you describe this Soulsby?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Don't go anywhere.
Ini kalungnya.
This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
Alah, iya. Nah, ini.
I miss Girves. Do you think he's okay?
Oke, sabar. Dari. Ini kan Dockport mah. Orangnya gede pokoknya kan. Tau nggak?
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Ah, ini kali. Ini apa kapal? Balik lagi nih. Hey.
May I ask for your assistance?
You are lucky to find me.
Terpir, ada di terpir. Ini terpir kan? Mana?
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Dari kapal yang hancur, kapal yang hancur.
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy.
Not again. Yes, I'm Roy, but I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the fourth person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, and I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
Now, where was I?
What are you on about? Can't help you there, mate.
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there?
Akunya gitu ya.
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. Can't help you there, mate. Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up. That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming into the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while.
Moskva. Sounds like this ship was from the east.
My money is on a loose cigarette or a discarded match. One careless throw, and boom.
Iya, pakai ki 4 segede gini.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Are you able to help me?
No, sir. I never heard of it.
Ini cewek yang di belakang Bari itu kayaknya.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Balik lagi.
Have you ever heard of a man with a metallic eye?
I've seen him even. Dirty Summers is the name. A nasty lout with a silver ball in place of a missing eye.
I shudder to ask, but where does one find a dirty Summers?
He likely signed on with a ship. I am not one to spy on others, let alone him.
I see.
My advice, keep away from him.
Dulu lagi. Ini
Can
ya.
you satisfy my curiosity?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
Kan itu si ibunya.
It's a large harbor. If our kidnapper is hiding here, finding him won't be easy.
Iyalah, nggak easy. Gila, gede sekali.
I should have helped Amma put out the posters. If she hadn't been in the smoke so long, maybe she wouldn't be sick.
Bentar. Si Amanya tuh lagi nempelin poster. Hei. Kuncinya sih ada di pelabuhan kayaknya sih, coba. Nah, ini dulu lagi. Dirty Summer.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Eh? Kartu case partisipan. Ini?
I'm sorry about my English. I try hard, but the rules don't make sense. It's stupid. If I need to, I'll work to support my family.
Excuse me, just one question.
No, sorry, I know nothing.
Help me, please.
Oh, sorry, I know nothing.
Coba ini. Woi.
What can I get you?
Oh, si Roy yang ngobrol lagi. Mana sih? Mana si Roy?
What are you gawping at?
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
What is the crime? Who is the criminal?
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent kidnappings across London. He used your name as a cover for his deeds.
What? Really? That doesn't mean I'm involved, though. Boulder Dash. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
Jadi ulangi lagi tadi ini. Terus
A man named Dirty Summer.
What?
Ini.
Boulder Dash.
Mr. A man named...
What?
Ini.
Boulder Dash. Sorry.
Mr. Soul...
Ini.
A man...
What? Boulder Dash. Sorry, you lost.
What?
Mr. Soul... A man named...
What?
Your calling card was found at the crime scene.
Yeah,
That's enough to make you a suspect.
You cannot be serious.
Calling card terus.
This proves nothing. Sorry, you...
Mr. Sol... A man...
What?
You're calling...
You cannot be serious. This proves nothing. Sorry.
Mr. Sol... A man... You're calling...
This proves nothing. Sorry.
Mr. A man...
What?
You're... It's true. And that's before mentioning your gold watch. It's brand new and awfully expensive for a customs officer. Clearly you have found yourself another source of income. I'm sure Scotland Yard will be delighted to investigate further.
All right, stop. Look, it's not as it seems. I did not partake in the kidnappings.
I'm all ears, Mr. Salisbury.
Yes, I know Summers. He paid me to turn a blind eye to his business in the warehouse area. Just that, on my word.
You did not tell me which warehouse he used?
I do not recall, but I used red paint to mark unsupervised warehouses. Ought to be one of them.
What else can you say of Summers?
He is a regular at the Cursed Mermaid. Goes there with his crew almost every evening.
What for?
I don't know. I assumed just for a drink.
Masih ada tempat minum ya. Mermaid.
Why do I have the feeling that you know more about Dirty Summers than you're letting on?
I have nothing more to add, sir.
Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised. So what?
Benar ya.
You sure you ain't been drinking? Are you finished?
Iya, salah.
I have nothing.
Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised. So what?
customs officer, Roy Soulsby, testified that Summers was a regular here. You must know something about his business.
All I know is his drinks order.
Ini kayaknya ya.
Hard to make heads or tails of this. Are you finished? I have glasses to wash.
Hah, tinggal yang
Why do I
terakhir.
have the feeling that...
I have.
Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised.
Ini
Customs officer Roy Soulsby testified that Summers was a regular here. You must know something about his business.
All I know is his drinks order.
If the lives of the missing do not concern you, then I would urge you to think about your unborn child.
Are you threatening me?
Many people are missing, and the main suspect based himself in your establishment. One word to Scotland Yard and your life takes a turn for the worse. Now, spare yourself the trouble and tell me all you know.
Okay. Summers hired my private room. I think he used it to recruit people, but I haven't seen him in a few days. He paid me cash, so I paid him no attention. Nor did I touch anything inside. Here's the key, go and do what you will. Just leave me out of it.
Hah, ada private room di mana? Tar. Ini berarti kan? Ah.
The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Strange symbols. I don't recognize them. £5. That won't go far.
Beli kain nih. Oke. Apa nih? Ini berarti. Nah. pin, bintang, sama skill ya berarti. Gila. Warehouse. Oh, harus keluar dulu ya. Warehouse. Warehouse-nya. Use the concentration.
Wonder why people are going missing. Puts a man on edge, you know.
Aduh, mas. Aduh.
Excuse me, just one question.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else. Hey,
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Lah, ini warehouse-nya di mana? Ini kah?
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Ya. Warehouse with red paint.
Help me, please.
No, sir. I never heard of it.
Apa lagi? Red paint ini? Lah bukan. Ini dia nih. Ini mebar. kali ya.
Never heard of it. Have you been drinking? Have you been drinking?
What did you see of Summer's work here? He was recruiting people?
It was like the whole world came through my door. People of all creeds and colours, but always strong, always tall. They seem like workers or journeymen. Beyond that, there's not much more to tell. I took his money and let him be.
And this lasted how long?
Several weeks, I wager. After the incident the other day, it seems customers are staying at home.
Oke, jadi untuk gameplay Sherlock Holmes part 1 sampai di sini dulu. Ini kita udah kayaknya chapter 2 juga udah mau beres ya, tinggal cari warehouse-nya. Warehouse yang ada tanda merah ya, katanya gitu ya. Gitu. Jadi ya, jadi untuk Sherlock Home part 1 sampai sini dulu. Nanti kita lanjut lagi, mungkin nggak tahu sih mau dilanjut atau enggak ya. Tanggung juga. Jadi kita cobalah di video selanjutnya. Terima kasih semuanya buat yang udah nonton. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya.